Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, where we are... I'm having a day. I'm having a weird day. I'm having a day where I can't stop saying words, as you might be able to tell even from this intro. A day that, perhaps, if you wanted to be perfectly accurate, might be best described as verbose. During the outro to Endless Space 2 earlier today, I just couldn't stop talking. Like, I was like, you've got all the information out. Just shut up, man. I was trying to say that something I was saying made sense, and I was like, hopefully this will prove that it's not always a completely nonsensical thing to say over and... Alright, we're going to play with this Pierced Butterfly, maybe? Gain plus 1.5% damage each time you clear an encounter without taking damage. That is actually pretty compelling. I wonder if... I'm assuming, first of all, that if you start a run with... If you get a bonus with the Pierced Butterfly, you lose it if you unequip the Pierced Butterfly. And this really is the sort of thing you would want to run with from the very beginning, because those early chambers are the ones where it's going to be easiest to build it up. You know what? Let's give it a shot. This will give us an opportunity to level this thing up a little bit, see if it's actually any good. This means no forcing boons and no free big pile of money at the beginning of the game, but... We could use a little bit of a gameplay change here, right? So I think we're gonna take the same things here. What I like a lot about these sources of heat is that they don't make the general rooms any harder, so it'll be more likely we're able to get some butterfly stuff going. And we're just, we have a gun. We're just not gonna let the enemies anywhere near us. We're not going to get hit by anything ever. We're gonna get support fire here, right?
To join the hunt with you again. Let's show them what we can do.
I'm Artemis's favorite. Artemis is my favorite. It's just a really good... We just fit very well together here. A Deadly Flourish seems pretty good. I know that we're going to be shooting our Q at ourselves a lot, but it's probably going to hit enemies a lot too. Yeah, I'm going to take this.
Time to hunt.
And it just does so much damage.
What else? Got through without a scratch.
Okay. It begins.
Come try me.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot this, stand in it, and then be like, boy, that's that's still really slow. I need more damage. Holy crap, that's critting for 325 already, and we have basically no improvements. It's gotta be a heart, right? Yeah, it's gotta be a heart. Now see, these guys, the crystal guys, are really good at dealing very small amounts of damage to me. Just enough to spoil our thing. Also, I gotta be careful not to step on the traps. I'm not playing with the gimmick of our aspect like at all here.
Power of Thanatos.
Alright, yeah, sure, let's go hit a Chaos Gate. And maybe get to skip a gemstone room, we'll see. It seems like sometimes it just puts you in one of the rooms that was already available off the chamber, but not always. But I think we've seen it drop us in a room that didn't match any of the available doors. Maybe. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. I was gonna say I'm definitely gonna give Chaos some more ambrosia, but yeah, let's make sure that there's another heart available here. Alright, last one it looks like.
I'm ever grateful that my journeys through the underworld mean that we can get to know each other, Master Chaos.
Your repeated generosity with me is starting to become a bit predictable. And yet somehow I nonetheless appreciate it still. How very odd.
That is odd. So at this point, giving Chaos, there's supposed to be more stuff, but they haven't recorded the VO or whatever, I guess.
I understand the hunting goddess Artemis recently has turned her gaze towards you. It is unexpected she would offer her assistance, even to a relative in need.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I get Artemis's gaze an awful lot. Life total down, but boons are better. Cast deals plus 35% damage. Don't use your attack. Honestly, a cast build might be pretty good for us. Because the Q is just... The thing from absorbing our blast is just plus damage on all of our damage, right? It's not specifically the attack. This actually might be a good way to go.
suspected you.
I'm going to move my hand on my mouse here in such a way that it is awkward for me to click the left mouse button. That is how I'm going to make myself not attack for 3 rounds. We'll see how that works out. So we have the Q, we have cast. Okay, I got him with that. Nope, I don't know. I do love the fact that the enemy spawning in animation. Okay, maybe it does just put you in one of the rooms you could have gotten to, and I was mistaken earlier when I thought that it had given us a reward we couldn't have gotten otherwise. I do love that the enemy spawn animation is of a perfect length to allow you to cast a Q on top of a spawning enemy and have it land right as they appear, slightly before they become able to hurt you most of the time. Also, this feels very silly. We're still holding. I appreciate that there's an indicator on the butterfly for whether the butterfly is still active for this room. Like, it runs around like that. This is building up. Like, what's the value that you have to get on this before it's really good? It's probably not very high, right? We're at 7.5 already. The Myrmidon Bracer could give you up to 40% bonus damage if you, from the front. No, wait, that's 40% damage reduction. Are there other keepsakes that give you just flat bonus damage? I can't remember what it's called, but the little jar gives you plus, like, 30% at long range. I don't know exactly what this is going to level up to. Right now it's giving us plus 1.5 per room, but probably when it's leveled up, it's like at least 2.5. My guess is it's like 1.5 to 2.5. So it seems like this is pretty good. I think what we're going to do here is take the yarn and not go to the shop.
Just what I need.
We just don't have enough money for going to the shop to feel right. And this is the last one we have to do without attacking.
Hey, lads.
Try to be aggressive with my cast. I want to get through this encounter as quickly as possible, or at least like get one of them dead as quickly as possible. This is tougher because it's so hard to know where they'll be by the time the special lands. I tried to use the cast to hit stun him in place there. That would have been a really good time for a crit. Okay, one down. That makes it way less likely that I'm going to get hit in a really stupid way.
Not yet.
Oh yeah, I should definitely be making sure I'm standing in the queue. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time like conceptualizing this. The damage bonus works on everything. I should even if I am going to like focus on my special because of this thing, I should still be standing in it when yeah. All right. It's fine. My brain is readjusting. We will be okay.
I cannot help but wonder, dearest, why Lord Hades would have kept your mere existence hidden from us all this time. Perhaps he knew that once you met us, you would stop at nothing to come seek us out.
It's feeling a little bit like the other way. Your attack deals more damage and inflicts weak. I mean, that's a lot more damage. And I don't really like either of these other things, so yeah, let's take that.
I feel fabulous.
So, like, in addition to the fact that I just can't seem to stop saying... I'm having a really hard time saying words that have meaning. It's like a lot of noise. All sound and fury signifying nothing. Oh, that's a lot of ranged enemies. ASB, what if you remembered to stand in the thing the way you said you were going to? I mean, I'm doing okay so far. You know what I would really love is that hammer upgrade that lets you have 3 specials out at once. That would make my life so much easier. Ah, there goes my butterfly. We got so far into this room without losing it. Also, I'm still holding my mouse funny and thus not remembering that I'm allowed to attack. That room could have been a lot easier if I had been attacking. Well, that's 1.5% damage lost, and who knows, maybe that will, that could possibly cascade, because I'm dealing less damage, into me, me getting hit more in other rooms, and we do need a cast buff. Oh god, reload. That was really unnecessarily dangerous. I ran in there to make sure that I was going to get hit by my Q, and I very nearly got hit for no reason. It's an okay thing to do on enemies that are going to die when the Q hits them. Why are there so many enemies in this room? It almost feels like something's broken. This is like a really unusual number of enemies that aren't like the tiny possum guys. Or like numbskulls. You know, like, these are real full-sized enemy dudes.
Power of the gods.
It's gotta be the special, right?
Excellent.
Oh no, I don't have 2 red keys. Well, I mean, it's fine. It's not a real trove, but... Still, that's disappointing. We really did go through a lot of them very quickly in Styx.
Surprise.
Let's just load this up. It just feels like there's, in general, a lot more enemies on this run, I think. It feels like we took one of those more enemies, Chaos Boons, and it's just not wearing off. These guys are... Yeah, the mages are definitely putting my keepsake at risk a lot.
Good enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely red key. Without even thinking about it, red key. Ah. Hit by an enemy. Not just an enemy from off-screen, but a projectile from off-screen. Was not even visible until it hit me. That's a crappy way to lose the keepsake. Recharge my buff here. There we go. I mean, I'm starting to use it a little bit better. We're starting to actually do the gimmick. We don't need to be in every one of them. I'm not really sure what cast boon I would like most. We don't really need a straight one. Oh man, that's tough. To be perfectly honest, I think I would take the hammer over pretty much any boon except a boosted rarity Artemis boon, which could be support fire. With this thing, like the speed of the attacks, it would be very foolish to ever pass up a chance at an Artemis boon. It's a real shame because I really want that hammer buff.
Looks like I've got a choice to make. In the name of Hades.
Alright, show me something good. Ooh, heroic quality deadly strike. That's interesting. I guess True Shot's okay. With it having a homing ability, that does give it some utility that neither our special nor our normal attack have. Hunter's Mark is fine. I don't think we want this. I'm pretty torn on this. So I'm trying to think. What cast buff might we want? Ares would be pretty cool. Ares gives us something we don't currently have. Festive Fog is just our Q again. We don't need that. A bunch of them are pretty much just our shot, right? The improved chance to do critical damage here is cool, but I think I'm actually going to take Hunter's Mark.
The might of the Huntress.
And here I was beginning to think that we had something special going, no? Look here, little godling. Let me save you lots of future suffering. I happen to be the jealous type.
Oh, no way. I'm blown away by that.
Forgive me, Aphrodite.
Who could possibly have predicted? Well, it feels pretty unlikely to me that we're going to get our keepsake bonus here. Because we know it's going to be like a ridiculous number of enemies. What? I was just saying that I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hit, but that felt like a real dumb way to get hit. Come on, show me some crits. Let's mark some people. Did I get any special crits during that room? I don't think I did. There we go. There's one.
I'm not angry with you any longer, dearest. Though, might I suggest you take some extra steps to keep it that way?
Okay, that's definitely not it, so I guess we're taking one of these. I don't really like Wave of Despair all that much, and Dying Lament's fine.
Love and loss.
Even more AoE damage. So we have 300 gold. We could just buy a Kiss of Styx and go for the heart. Make ourselves really, really tough, and try to rely on the Pierced Butterfly plus our aspect for damage rather than getting as many boons as possible. I kind of like it as a plan. I think I'm going to do that. If the other reward here were a little bit less compelling, I might have gone for the shop instead. Alright, let's go fight a couple of Furies.
Hello, Fury sisters. We're not getting through to one another, are we? I'm sorry that it has to be this way.
Meg, you don't have any, like, clarification you'd like to... Okay, that's fine. Alright, I got my buff. Oh, don't go in. Right, Meg is actually, we haven't seen Meg as a support sister before, have we? Ah, right, she shoots stuff out to the side when she does that.
What is she?
Meg as a support sister is actually kind of a huge pain in the ass. Because that version of her... No, don't stand there. Okay. That version of her AoE thing where she hits in the very huge area is actually kind of hard to deal with. Okay. We're getting better at fighting Tisiphone, though. I'm not getting hit in dumb ways by her charge so much. So that's a nice change of pace. Oh my god, the restraint. Did you see all of the restraint on the dashing? Ah, of course. Of course, impervious. I managed to not hit anybody with that special and also not charge my thing with it. That's terrible. Okay, can we please try not to lose a death denied charge here? Hey, no fair. She changed how her attack works. Alright, reload, reload, reload. Now she actually is turning between the shot and the charge. Oh god. Yeah, this is going bad. I said I was getting better at navigating her nonsense, and the second that I said that, it became less true. Alright, attack through the waves. Don't try to dash through everything. You can destroy the projectiles with an attack. Well, we are going to lose a death denied charge, it looks like. Oh god, what a bad time to run out of ammo. Please, more damage. Please do more damage. Oh my god, we're so close! Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Do I have like 6 health? Maybe 5?
Hope she won't be back anytime.
It's low. It's a very low number. 3, in fact. Jesus. Yeah, Meg is definitely the most dangerous support sister. She creates a large area of garbage. Although maybe she's only the most dangerous support sister for that particular main sister. Because the thing that made it really painful was the shrinking arena. That hurt a lot. Absolutely I. And also Yarn, why not? Alright, we are not switching our boon. I wonder, when this levels up during the run, I wonder if the damage percentages that we've already gotten will be upgraded, or if it will only upgrade new ticks from after the upgrade point. We can hope for the former. I mean, honestly, it's probably not going to gain all that many charges from here on out, because I'm bad at game. Oh, do I actually want to take this when we're at this low health? Yeah, you know what? We have our eye. We'll just hope that the eye provides. Alright, show me something cool.
In the name of Hades.
Slain foes drop an Inferno Bomb, but you get tons of money. Each time you special, take 4 damage, but gain 54 max HP. That's so much max HP. We're going to have a hard time killing the enemies without the special. A lot of our power is tied up in that special, but I can try to just use cast and shot. This is a thing that could disable our butterfly too, which is a shame. Do we want the I mean, it's a huge amount of extra money, right? But this is also so much health. I think I'm going to go for the extra money. We're doing pretty well on health already. Gotten a lot of hearts for the first level. Yeah, I'm going to take Caustic Affluence.
It shall be done.
I would love 65% extra gold. Those are both really compelling, though. Alright, if you take even a single point of lava damage, it disables your butterflies. Be careful, you big idiot. No! Ah! I saw that coming, and I just, like, there was nothing I could do about it. By the time I saw it, it was already too late to dodge. Can't seem to deal damage to him. Okay. I'm gonna lose a Death Denied charge. Okay. Ooh. Please let there be cheap food in here. That's exactly what I asked for. Oh man, hold on. Okay. Before I buy anything, let's check for golden pots. That's a really, really good Well of Karen that we do not have the money to really take advantage of. Oh, and of course this isn't a... I'm not going to spend a key for darkness. Of course that's not a trove that gives gold.
Which path?
And the rewards up ahead are all garbage, or I could go to a shop that I can't buy anything at. This really sucks. Well, I think we'd be fools not to take the food here, but God, I wish I could have gotten all 3 of those. Alright, having a little bit of a monetary issue, hopefully soon to be resolved.
Come on then.
Okay, well, it's a great start is what it is. Yeah, I'm never going to get another charge on this damn thing. I think, like, with the gun, you know, we at least have a chance. Come on. You know, because we can destroy enemy projectiles and we can stay away from melee enemies, but I am not taking optimal advantage of those traits. Hey, look, the mark finally went on somebody. I'm not sure if it's just like my hands being slow today or what, but I keep seeing things coming and going, okay, I have plenty of time to dodge that, and then it not actually being the case that I have plenty of time to dodge that. There is definitely the boy, that sure arced a lot. There's definitely a lot of stick on the normal attack animation with this thing, like when you're firing. See, he's dashing just fine without getting stuck in the animation now. He certainly wasn't doing that earlier. Well, we're going to lose a Death Denied charge. It's fairly likely looking. We can't not go for that Artemis boon, right? A difficult room is probably going to cost us a charge, but if we got support fire, it would be such a big difference. And, like, pressure points would be fine, but support fire.
Barge of death.
Alright, no golden pots on this one. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. There's no chance that we get through this without destroying everything on the barge, right? Oh wait, no, I need to be in that, sorry. Oh, thank God, something finally dropped health. I think we had one bit of food drop right at the very beginning of having this eye, and I think that's what we just saw there was the second. Fortunately, you fight a lot of enemies on a Barge of Death, so I'm hoping we'll get some more. Although, given the way our luck has worked so far this run, I can't imagine it's likely. Okay, that should hit them both. And somehow do exactly enough damage not to kill the first one. Boy, it sure doesn't feel like I have all the damage buffs that I have, huh? There we go. If the crit actually goes off once in a while, we can get a kill. I do feel like we're critting way, way less than our crit percentage should have us doing it. We gotta take pressure points.
Artemis, guide my hand.
I'm starting to think they're just never gonna give me support fire. What makes sense here?
Look, Eurydice, I promise not to bother you with this each time, but you should know your husband's shattered by what happened with the two of you. He's genuinely sorry, and he loves you very deeply still, I'm sure of it.
What am I supposed to do with that, Your Royal Majesty?
I don't know yet. Though you know what? You shouldn't take my word for it. You should take his.
Don't think I'll be running into him anytime soon, from what I understand. But you're the Hades kid. You want to pull some strings on our behalf? Go right ahead, I guess. But I won't hold my breath. Even if I could.
This is not a situation where it makes sense to take the Ambrosia Delight, right? Yeah, I think it's still refreshing nectar. It's just always refreshing nectar. I don't know, like if we had already gotten the support fire,
See you.
it might have been right to take the rarity boost on your existing boons, given that we do have pressure points already, but we have enough boons that there's not really any reason to think that we would necessarily get the upgrade on pressure points anyway. Okay. Managed to not get hit there. Okay. Never mind, everything's ruined. Ow, come on. Yeah, it does not feel like we are doing a lot of damage. It's just very, very poor damage this run. Is this the last? Okay, it is the last room for the every enemy gets a death bomb thing.
It's reloading.
This is it's just going terribly. I mean, the wave shooting skeletons are always frustrating.
The curse of chaos has been lifted.
Alright, the Curse of Chaos has been lifted, and hey, look at this. More Curse of Chaos. And we've managed to keep from spending the boon, or the Death Denied charge, so I guess I can't be too upset. Definitely not spending keys for gemstones. And this is a no-brainer for so many reasons.
See that, Exegriff?
Alright, please, please, please show me the triple special.
The rail's hidden power.
Yep, okay. Ooh, tough to go into the Hydra fight with 57 health. And no buff on our cast, but I mean, like, our damage should be a lot better now.
I see you.
In theory, we'll see. The crits do actually have to happen. Ow. Oh, we're doing this already. And of course, it's wave shooting heads immediately. I would like to contest me getting hit by that head slam there. I don't think that should have done damage to me. I was well outside the visual area, I think.
Oh, that hurt, damn it.
Yes, like, you can just turn and attack through that, provided you have enough health. Or, sorry, enough health, enough ammo in Exegriff. But you have to, like, have the wherewithal to think to do it. Ah. Dashed into lava, then panicked and dashed back out of it, and just directly into a different thing. I may be taking more damage here than I have ever taken on this fight, which is really remarkable considering how quickly we're getting through the phases. I'm just like, just getting hit by absolutely everything. I'll tell you what the secret here is. The plan is I just gotta calm the hell down. Stop trying to react quickly, make decisions. Okay. Like, sometimes the Hydra has to do the charge your head forward thing before he can slam, but not always. I'm still having trouble predicting what he's going to do from moment to moment. This would be a good time for me to get another charge. And like, so when they're about to do the head charge on you, they do rear back, and so in theory you should be able to like see it coming and react to it before it happens, which I guess is not reacting. Except that they also move their heads in exactly the same way as that rear back thing all the time, so there's no way for you to tell if they're rearing back pre-charge or if they're just moving around for no reason, which they do very frequently. And we're getting good damage out here, but it's just like, it's not enough. Having bought a charge of death denied so early on and then still going into Elysium with fewer than we started with really, really sucks. Also, it feels like these skeletons just will not die. We have a 90% damage boost on our attack, 90% plus.
Bounty's mine.
And it feels like nothing that we do does any damage at all except for crits from the queue. It's all perception, but it's frustrating perception. And that does matter.
Taint Elysium again?
Alright, so like where are we at on this? Did we gain? No, not a single point. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be great, but that's especially bad. Yeah, it's exactly enough to put me back to full.
Onward.
So, just a flat 12% damage boost, I do not think is worth our keepsake slot. We need to get this number higher. That said, we are upgrading it. Right? Does it say on it? No, it does not. During the run, say how many more things you have to do to upgrade it. But I'm sure we'll get it to 2-star before the end of the run. We'll get to see what it looks like at 2 stars.
In the name of Hades.
Boon's up. Cast deals plus 70% damage. I mean, maybe that's really good. It really depends on what buff we get on our cast. Or we could just gain 57 max HP, which is also obviously very good. I'm definitely worried about how badly I'm playing, though. 45% damage may be killing me. I think I'm going to take this, though. If the plan is to not get hit at all, so as to empower our keepsake, then it doesn't matter that I take 45% bonus damage. Oh, never mind. It's not even remotely going to be within my control to not get hit here. The sword dudes will dash as much as they want, and they will hit you if they want to hit you. I don't feel like I have a ton of control over it, frankly. Please let that be the end of the room. No, of course not. Oh god. Get me away from him. The number one defense that we have available here is just not ever being near them. Oh, butterflies.
pierced butterfly.
Okay, I mean, we did pull that off. Having a good ranged weapon matters maybe more in Elysium than anywhere else. And it matters everywhere, obviously. Yep, I'm gonna buy another Light of Ixion. Maybe that's unwise. Maybe I shouldn't be going for even more chaos penalties. We do need money. I wonder if I'm able to get butterfly charges off of Trove Trials.
I'll take what's mine.
Who dares?
Let's make this quick.
No, the butterfly didn't light up, so I'm assuming not. Took damage while dashing through him, which really sucks. The good news is the Trove Trial doesn't count as an encounter for everything, which means that it doesn't actually spend any of our Eye of Lamia, but it still does allow us to get food. Although I think I lost health in total there. The money's good, though. Money's important.
Thanatos?
Oh.
You've made here, Zagreus.
Hey, buddy.
Can't stay long, so how about we get this business over with? I'll make this quick.
That was my plan.
We didn't really record a lot of VO for him, so, you know, just gonna... Stop exploding. I don't get credit for your deaths when you just explode. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this because the chariots are the least fun enemies in the game. Why would I do this? Why would I come over here? Okay, that's one for me. Oh, alright.
You still alive?
Yeah, narrowly.
You're reckless, but you're quick.
That's pretty good, though. I like that. You know what? You get another ambrosia.
What, really? Come on, what is this, Zagreus? You think handing this to me makes up for everything you've put us through?
It's just something I found out there that I thought you might like, Than. Don't think anything of it.
I've got to hand it to you, Zag. You're easy to track down. The shades of Tartarus are beginning to fear you even more than your Lord Father.
Oh, they won't fear me once they get to know me.
I'm not so sure about that. Even I'm beginning to fear you, I think. Seems I don't know you as well as I thought.
It's an interesting little bit of character development. And... did that... Yes, the Chaos Gate did appear here. That's a real shame. I'm debating not going through it because I want this Artemis boon so badly. If we just take all of the Artemis boons, eventually they'll have to give us support fire, right? We'll run out of non-support fire boons. I did pay money for that Chaos Gate, and Chaos boons are also very, very good. Alright, I'm going to take the Chaos Gate, and we're just going to flip a coin on whether or not we also get the Artemis thing.
Alright.
You know, 50-50. Odds are okay.
Oof. In the name of Hades.
Your attack deals plus 73% damage, and I don't think that the penalty here is too harsh. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just make sure that we remember that we gotta move after we kill stuff. Oh my coward! Yeah, they're just gonna like move around. Who told you it was okay to move around? I was not expecting them to throw a, oh god.
Back.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to throw, oh, maybe they didn't, because it didn't happen that time. I thought he threw, oh yeah, he does throw a bomb when he is converted into an eyeball. I'm surprised that that counts as him dying, since it's, you know, not him dying. Oh god. Stay away. Stay away. Okay. So close.
Found power.
I actually made it through that with the butterfly intact. I cannot believe it. Okay, no, that is definitely a reward that was not on the table before. Sometimes the Chaos Gate takes you to a completely different kind of thing. Well, I think we should probably take the Ares boon here with only 226 gold. Plus, there's some Ares things that I would really like to have. Honestly, the cast boon would be great.
Soul-sucking butterflies.
I mean, I'm actually doing a lot of damage here. We're getting through this guy pretty quickly.
He's trying to respawn.
No! I got stuck in place there, mashing on Q with it not doing anything because it hadn't quite recovered yet. That's a shame. I think that this room could absolutely have been a thing that we get through without taking damage. Probably it's not true with most weapons, but I think it's true with this weapon. And I'm disappointed to have not gotten another butterfly charge. Stop running. I know he's not actually running because of the special. Like, I know they're not programmed to recognize it and try to move out of it or anything. But it does feel like these guys are smarter than the enemies that we have been fighting thus far.
Why, you are wielding Exegryph, the Rail of Adamant. A most fascinating device. Imagine the new face of war should its secrets someday be revealed and spread to mortal kind.
I can switch to a different
Okay. That's a shame. So, I mean, special inflicts doom is fine, but it's definitely not what we're looking for. I guess Ares' aid is okay. We don't have a call. We should have a call. It's not my favorite call. And hammer versus pomegranate is not a question. Okay, this would be a really easy room to get hit by some dumb bullshit. Let's just try to be wary. Yep, there it is. I got hit by a projectile that was behind the graphics of the gate, so we couldn't even have known it was there. And that's kind of on me. There's an obstruction in the view pane. I should have moved away from it immediately, but that's definitely still a frustrating way to take damage.
idiot.
Trying to crack that with my attack, which in theory should work. Man, the armored version of the explosive chariot is even less cool than the normal version. Since you can't deal any damage to the red health bar with an attack that breaks the yellow health bar, no matter how good your damage is, you have to hit them twice.
Some modifications to the rail.
Very annoying. Infinity Chamber sounds pretty damn good, if I'm being honest.
Very good.
The reload is definitely doing some harm to us. Oh, money versus death denied charge is not a question.
There's nothing you can do to help me, stranger.
I think we might be reaching the end of a lot of the characters' voice work.
I won't be needing that.
Shop with 348 is probably right. Hold on, we should have a look around here and see if there's a golden pot anywhere. No such luck. Alright, well, let's hope there's one in the shop. Because 350 is totally a critical amount. Nope, turns out it doesn't matter for this one, though. We're totally fine. I'm still going to break all the pots.
No urns permitted in this chamber.
Because it's easy to do and it's fun. They have a very satisfying breaking noise.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, man. Base rarity support fire. I mean, we absolutely still take it.
My senses sharpen.
And definitely this as well. That's 129 health. Alright. Thanks very much, mate. Okay, 3 death denied charges. We're back at parity. We have 15% on our Pierce Butterfly. I'm surprised it hasn't upgraded yet. We're in chamber 35. Doesn't it only take... I guess it takes 25 combat encounters, though, to level it up. I don't know, we can check in the keepsake cabinet how close it is.
Upon my faith, you'll take not one more step toward the light of day.
I think support fire is going to be really big for us, even this bad version of it. Oh, I dashed through too quickly. I didn't actually get the buff. There we go. Boy, he's got some backswing on that. I'm finding myself still hitting reload. I'm just like, I fire 3 or 4 times and then start mashing it. Yeah, I'm getting caught by the Minotaur, just being close to the Minotaur when he starts his attack, even though I'm behind him. So he's got so much backswing. So again, we are taking damage way too quickly, but I'm also dealing a lot of damage. Both taking and dealing damage very quickly this fight. And honestly, like, obviously, if I had my choice, I would just stop taking so much stupid damage. But it's probably the case that taking and dealing damage quickly is better than playing safely but dealing damage really slowly. Because dealing damage really slowly gives you a lot of opportunity to make mistakes. You can, if you're bad but also fast, you can sometimes just get through on sheer luck. And we're really tearing him apart. He threw a death bomb at me. I forgot that was still active. Okay, I managed to get the buff on that. I gotta remember that we have good invulnerability on our call this time, so that's a good way to avoid some damage during the later phases of this fight. Jesus, that feels a little unsporting that I was able to take damage the instant the call ended. Well, I sure did create a lot of visual noise on the floor. I'm finding myself like really nervous when all my stuff is in the air because I can't tell if attack circles are spawning underneath me. Oh, I thought I had enough for another. I'm very, very close to having enough for another call. That was bad, but it was fast and high damage, so we got through it. And now we have that attack bonus and stuff. The run is coming together here at the end. A little bit.
So you thwarted the champion of Elysium.
I thwarted him, alright.
Y'all should get some better champions.
Let's see here.
Two more encounters. Okay. I am not going to buy the Hydra. I think we're good.
I can do this. I can do this.
Thank you for the reinforcements, Agrius. Yeah, I can. This is totally doable. I just gotta play a little bit better. And it's not unreasonable to think that we will actually get some more charges here. Like, Elysium and Asphodel are tough places to get through rooms without getting hit. But the little chambers here in Styx should be pretty good for charging this thing up. So, another Artemis buff. Athena. Zeus is just not showing up to work today, it looks like. Well, we're not going to get a cast buff that I care about then, it looks like. Let's go heart first. Heart first, as always. Increase your maximum HP. I can't believe I took damage there. What just an incredibly bad way to lose a charge. I got bit once by the one tiny little enemy that started on this side of the room. Okay, there we go. Actually, never mind. It looks like the butterfly's not active for these rooms anyway. Yeah, I guess it's to avoid you ranking up a ton here in Styx. That is a shame. I don't know how they would solve it as a problem, like, because it would get so powerful so quickly, but that feels really bad. Does it work in the final room of the branch? It could work there, right? That's a pretty safe place for it. I'll tell you what, I am really digging this no reload thing. This would probably be a pretty satisfying weapon to have the Zeus Chain Lightning Boon on. Okay, it is active for the final room of the branch. Oh, you're kidding me! The one little thing spawned right in front of me, and I guess I just wasn't shooting at the right angle to kill it. Yeah, and they have no attack animation at all. They just get near you and you take damage. That's frustrating. That totally should have been a room where we got the bonus. Oh well.
Enough of this place.
But to be clear, I'm not saying that we got cheated there. I'm frustrated with myself for not shooting the thing in time. Money first? Money first, then Artemis, then we'll try the other ones? Maybe the way they could do it is they could rebuild Styx a little bit so that these little chambers are actually presented as one larger area that's still, like, gated between the little chambers in it. And so the butterfly could be active for, like, a series of 3 or 4 of these rooms, and if you clear all 4 of them without getting hit, then you get 1 charge out of it. Because, yeah, they certainly couldn't just let you... they certainly couldn't just let you gain a charge for each little bit you clear. Otherwise, this would be, by a huge margin, the best trinket for every build, or best keepsake, rather. I am fairly certain I'm shooting you. Please stop dealing damage to me. It does seem like sometimes if you fire while you're near a wall, the projectile gets eaten by the wall. Okay, got everything in here. Oh god, yep, I'm having a really hard time shooting these things. I just keep dashing and running. Dashing and running. Never stop evading enemies. So it looks like the support fire really wants to hit the same enemy that you hit with the thing that triggered it. It's like when we kill one of the little enemies with a shot and the support fire arrow comes out, it just flies off screen harmlessly rather than seeking out the other living enemies. It's definitely not the way that I would prefer for that to work. I guess support fire doesn't need to be any stronger than it already is, though, right? I just realized I could do this. I'm pretty sure I got hit 1 time during that room, and I think it was by one of the little enemies. Again, just very frustrating way to be losing damage. So this charged up. Okay, it did not upgrade the damage that we got from it before it improved in level. That's fair. That's a totally sensible way for that to work. It's just disappointing, because I really could have used it. Do we want to buy the Artemis Boon now?
Something I can use.
Because we still need a cast upgrade and a dash upgrade. Although Artemis's dash upgrade is pretty irrelevant to us. But, like, I would take her cast thing.
I can use this.
Or... Wow, this is pretty bad. Like, our dash attack doesn't really deal all that much damage. It's not a single big hit. So doubling its damage doesn't feel all that significant. Critical effects deal even more damage to armor is, like, irrelevant against Hades, which is really the only thing that matters at this point. I guess this is okay. Man, it does not feel great. I guess.
Hide.
And then, like, do we want the hammer? We got the two things I wanted most. I'm not really sure. I forgot that the gun does not stagger enemies at all, unless you have the explosive upgrade. I was just like, well, we got his armor off, I'll just stun lock him now. It still does seem to stop the snake statues from shooting, though, doesn't it? Also, I appreciate that I'm allowed to shoot the projectile over the broken pillars. Because there sure are a lot of things that stop that special projectile in the air and bounce it off in the wrong direction. Okay. That one went smoothly. To be perfectly honest, if... yeah, I think I want to keep all these. If the dash attack thing came up there, I might have gotten our money back, or at least some portion of our money back. Because it really is not a very good boost. Nope, stay away from me. All I have to do is manage to kill all these little ones without taking any hits. If I can... Ah, damn it! Little thing was behind a pillar. It was behind this, like, decorative snake votive statue. We absolutely could have gotten a charge in this room. This is a really, really easy room not to take damage in. It's not a really easy room to not take any damage in. It's a really easy room to not take a ton of damage in. I don't know, given the number of instances of damage that we have, maybe I should have taken the thing that charges your god gauge faster on crits. It just doesn't feel very good. Even more damage, or... Yeah, this makes our cast not totally useless. Man, maybe this is the right thing to take. And we have it here at a lower rarity, but it's only 0.05% different. I think I actually am going to take this. We deal a lot of instances of damage. Yeah, even if our call isn't amazing. Okay. Very frustrated, because we definitely should have like 2 more charges of this butterfly. Stuff I just should not have lost. I am not playing well enough to deserve the win here. We might get it anyway, because we actually did get pretty lucky with the loot, aside from pulling a lot of crummy rooms very early on. But like our chaos gates were really good, and it has been a powerful run. A run that is to some degree carried. And it helps that like all of the ranged weapons are just so powerful. Whenever you're using the gun or the bow, there's a chance that the run will just keep you so far away from enemies that you're not really in danger. I suppose this aspect is actually a good way of dealing with that, right? It encourages you to get close, because if you want to get maximum value out of your specials, you want to be hitting yourself and the enemies with them. I think the weapon and aspect design in this game generally is very good. Alright, tell me this is the end. Cool. Unfortunately, if I'm remembering correctly, this is a very long room with a lot of actually really annoying enemies. Please get Zag. I got stuck behind those pots. Did you see that? I should like actually probably go up there and destroy those so that can't happen again. Okay, never mind. They got destroyed. What am I stuck on? I'm stuck on, like, the gate or something. There are too many obstacles below you. Given the isometric perspective of the game, when there are things that make your vision difficult below you, like, sometimes not a lot you can do. You're just going to get hit by stuff because you couldn't see what was going on. Stop living. I'm trying desperately to hit him with my cast, but the cast projectiles are all deciding to seek different enemies elsewhere in the room. Alright, Athena could be pretty good here.
She likes beguiling others with her charms, but her intentions with you, I believe, are pure. You'll find our strengths are complementary.
Okay, special and stronger and can deflect, doesn't really feel useful. This cast would be okay. Holy Shield doesn't feel great. I guess this produces a thing that blocks projectiles from me for a while. That's really not going to be that useful at this point. But it does at least causes the cast to do more damage, which I think is the only value available from that choice of boons. I was hoping for damage reduction or a death defied or something. I'm not really sure what I want to spend my gold on yet. Let's go ahead and do this branch, and we'll figure it out afterward. Yeah, the cast already has sort of homing, even if you don't have the Artemis buff, but I find that it usually it's doing a pretty bad job. It has a tendency to home in on things that I don't care about. I have no way of communicating to it what I do care about, unfortunately. Haven't invented targeting computers yet. Alright, we are going to have a huge amount of money. So we could buy the hammer. If we buy the hammer, what are we looking for? We're looking for, like, explosive shot, probably? I don't remember what the other special buffs are.
Good enough to eat.
Definitely pressure points.
Thank the gods.
So a total no-brainer. And I mean, we're going into this fight with 3 death denied charges, 300 health. This is absolutely winnable. I don't think I necessarily deserve to win, but this is totally winnable. So is it like hammer and... Actually, it's hammer and both of the pomegranates? No, not quite. We're 15 gold short. Well, hammer big pomegranate's pretty good, though.
Should be useful.
So explosive fire is quite good. Inescapable blast, I don't know. All of Hades evading our shots is going to be him like dashing out anyway, so this is probably not going to affect him. Let's take this. It certainly looks cool.
Good enough to eat.
And then special is stronger. I mean, especially since we did end up taking the thing that charges your god gauge quicker on crits, like.
The fearsome Cerberus accepts the satyr sack.
Thanks, boy.
So, where did he go? Yeah, we're going to be very reliant on support fire here. Just like a million tiny instances of damage charging our god gauge. We're going to spend half the fight as a Blade Fury. We're going to win because Zeus literally can't deal damage to me. Wait, Zeus, Hades, you know what I mean.
What is it
the
going
bad
to
one.
take for you to understand that your place is in the house?
I think at this point, he should understand, but there's no chance I will ever understand that.
Face me, damn it.
Observe.
Ow. Yeah, that was bad. He did the little warning circle that he is going to do his whirl. And you have quite a lot of time to react to it. It takes a while for the thing to go off after that. And I just dashed immediately and then stood there. Again, same deal. Stood there stupidly.
You know exactly why. You shall never find her. She is gone.
Oh god, we're gonna get splashed here a little bit. Okay, I think I actually did kill the second one. And that time I also dashed inappropriately, but he dashed the wrong direction, so it worked. Is he really just gonna stay invisible until my thing wears off? Frustrating behavior. I hit it right after he came out of being invisible because I thought that would give us the best chance of getting good duration on it. He will never stop fleeing. He is the truest coward that ever lived. I mean, listen, you know, you gotta be true to yourself. Wow, they spawned and just like hauled ass right out of that projectile area, huh? Okay, we're doing a good job of making sure we're getting hit by the special. I just didn't see his circle there. There's too much garbage on the ground. A significant part of the problem is definitely that I am drawing too many circles. If all of his attacks make circles and all of my attacks make circles, then how do I know which thing is mine? I do appreciate that during phase 2 he usually just stands there and takes it. That's pretty good damage, actually. I'm very embarrassed about getting hit by like every strike of that spear combo.
Out of my sight.
I should get out of his sight. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to spend some charges here. Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't feel like I was actually in that. I'll tell you where he screwed up. His spear's too short. He could absolutely kill me if he just lengthened his spear so that when he does his little spin, it hits the entire room. This was very well timed. We got a lot of value out of that particular blade rift. I'm not going to kill that in time. Oh god. Hide in the corner.
You tell no one at the house. Do you hear me?
Alright, listen, I'm also embarrassed by all this. I'm not going around writing poems and singing songs.
My father's name.
That felt pretty fast, but apparently not quite fast enough. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't feel great about that. We got there. And that's a good thing and all, but
The clever-minded prince again eluded certain death, up to a certain point, but then, predictably, made one of his fatal mistakes. Again.
see, the problem is touching that doorway. I should just never touch the doorway. We should just hang out in the snowy field forever. Yeah, I don't feel great about that. I feel like I played pretty poorly and got carried there. And that's the thing that happens in roguelites, right? Sometimes you get those runs where you play okay, but you're just not good enough to make up for the bad luck. And sometimes you get a run where you play like a total butt, and then you get good luck, and it just forces you through.
You saw that Thanatos is back, didn't you, lad? He's been over there brooding ceaselessly, when he's around at least.
I saw Achilles. I think he's angry with me because of my decision to leave the house. Not that it's any of his business.
Oh, don't say that. It isn't every day or night that you discover that your half-brother isn't really your brother at all. I think he's struggling for what to make of it. Be gentle with him, will you?
I will. You're right, as always, sir.
I wish I had some ambrosia, because I would totally give her some.
Oh, you startled me, Your Highness.
Oh, hey, she's not going to ascend to the rafters in sheer terror. That's an improvement.
Be on your way, Zagreus. I have an audience with Lord Hades in a moment. An inquiry into my recent absences.
What are you worried about, Van? You've never given him a reason not to trust you.
He's probably worried about the fact that some idiot's putting the boss in a real bad mood.
Recently, I'm not so sure. Whatever you're doing, it had better be worth it.
Very dramatic.
It is woefully infrequent that I've cause for this, but I do have to thank you, boy. You've culled the satyrs and the vermin, bringing ruin to our temple there. Blasted creatures multiply at an alarming rate.
They're not doing your bidding, yet they're every bit as bothersome as all your wretched servants I've met. I'm surprised you aren't getting along.
They are a plague upon this realm, although we have them well contained for now. And once they are rightly dead, they tend to swear to me their fealty.
Pushovers.
Weird that we haven't seen more of that.
I can't afford any of this.
Wow, that is a very expensive song.
Where's our court musician? Nix, I have to ask you something. Are you certain that my search isn't in vain? My mother, what if she's gone?
Your mother yet lives. There can be no other explanation. For if she did not, she would be with us, here. She was a good woman. Stately. Kind. I wished to raise you as I thought she would have.
I think I turned out okay.
Well, I mean, extremely murderous, but aside from that, pretty okay.
What's the good word?
It's never all that good, actually.
Wretched broker, what's new, my friend?
Okay, we could buy a bunch of darkness. I don't know if I actually want to do that trade anymore. 50 gemstones for 5 red keys is a thing that probably I would do sometimes, but not when we have 6 red keys already. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I want to do any of this. At this point, darkness is a lot lower value than it used to be. I guess that's not true, though, because we could be putting points into Fated Authority.
How am I looking?
Yeah, if I got 500 darkness here and then we just scraped some out of Olympian favor, we could get a level of Fated Authority and be able to swap some things. Some of the time that might be worth it, even with us understanding that the rewards are tiered and everything. There are certainly some situations where, like, it's just the wrong god's boons, and I would like to see different boons. I guess let's just max out Olympian favor first, though. There's a lot to be said for making it so that we almost never see boons at the base rarity. Alright, the sword has the glow.
Which to choose?
And yeah, the Pierced Butterfly upgraded to 2%. So it'll be 2.5% at max rank, which means that at the level that we got it at last time, we got, what, like 12 hits? So that's a pretty considerable amount of bonus damage. And we didn't even really do that well with it. There were definitely several rooms where we almost got butterfly charges. So, like, the Distant Memory is only plus 20% damage at rank 2. I'm assuming it'll be 30% at rank 3. It's probably the case that the Distant Memory is definitely better if you're using the bow. Or maybe the spear. The gun, I'm not sure what distant means. So the gun's projectiles have a pretty short range, but maybe still long enough to hit distant foes. Because you could take the Distant Memory last and still start your run with, like, coin purse and force the boons you want and stuff. But the Pierced Butterfly is... it's going to be hard to complete encounters without taking damage with the melee weapons, though. I don't know. I don't know what I think about this. I think it was okay for that run. So I have no idea what weapon to use next. We could just take the sword because it has the darkness, but I think we've made some decent accounting of all of the aspects at this point. I feel like I get it all. We'll probably only do another run or two before calling the series at this point. I don't know. I'll figure it out. At this point, I guess what I am saying is, thank you all so much for watching. Listen to all the words as they just tumble meaninglessly out of my mouth, like a cascade of sound. Come back next time, tomorrow, when I will have a plan for how we're going to end the series, and also how we're going to do tomorrow's run. And I'll see you then.